Imagine a world where getting older doesn't mean slowing down or feeling tired. Picture people who seem to glow with energy, no matter their age. These are the chosen ones, and they've unlocked a mind-blowing secret. They're not aging like the rest of us. But here's the thing. It's not about wrinkle-free skin or looking young forever. It's about something much deeper, something that changes everything about how we see life and growing older. Now, you might be thinking, wait a minute, everyone gets older. It's just part of life. And you're right in a way. Our bodies do change over time. But what if I told you that your spirit, the real you inside, doesn't have to age at all? That's the amazing truth that the chosen ones have discovered. They found a way to keep their inner selves fresh, excited, and full of life, even as years go by. This isn't some magical pill or expensive treatment. It's not about eating special foods or doing crazy exercises. It's simpler than that, but also more powerful. It's a way of thinking, a way of living that keeps your spirit young and vibrant. And the best part? Anyone can learn to do it. Yes, that includes you. But here's the catch. If you don't know about this, if you don't understand how to keep your spirit young, you might be aging in ways you don't even realize. Have you ever felt stuck? Like you're just going through the motions day after day? Or maybe you've lost that spark of excitement you used to feel about life. These are signs of spiritual aging, and they can make life feel heavy and dull. When we let our spirits age, we miss out on so much. We stop seeing the wonder in everyday things. We lose touch with our dreams and passions. Life becomes a to-do list instead of an adventure. And the worst part? We might think this is just how life is supposed to be as we get older. But it's not true. The chosen ones know better, and after this video, you will too. Think about it. What if you could wake up every day feeling excited about what's ahead? What if you could face challenges with the energy and creativity of your younger self, but with all the wisdom you've gained over the years? That's what happens when you stop your spirit from aging. It's like finding the fountain of youth, but for your inner self. If you're ready to unlock your spiritual potential and join the ranks of the chosen ones, you're in the right place. This video is your first step on an amazing journey. We're going to explore what it really means to be a chosen one, and how you can become one yourself. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't some exclusive club. Anyone can learn these secrets and start living a more vibrant, ageless life. In the next few minutes, we're going to dive deep into the world of spiritual agelessness. We'll talk about what it really means to be a chosen one, and trust me, it's not what most people think. We'll look at how spirituality sees aging in a completely different way. And most importantly, we'll explore simple, practical steps you can take to start keeping your spirit young and alive. You'll learn about the signs that show you're growing spiritually instead of aging. We'll bust some common myths about getting older that might be holding you back. And I'll share a powerful daily practice that can help you tap into your ageless spirit. By the end of this video, you'll have a whole new perspective on what it means to grow older, and you'll have the tools to start living a more vibrant, energetic life right away. So get ready to change how you think about aging. Get ready to discover the secrets of the chosen ones. And most of all, get ready to unlock a part of yourself that never gets old, never loses its spark, and never stops growing. This is your chance to join a group of people who have found the key to timeless living. Are you ready to become one of the chosen ones? Let's start by clearing up a big misunderstanding. When you hear chosen ones, you might think of special people picked out by fate or born with amazing gifts. But that's not what we're talking about here. Being a chosen one isn't about being better than anyone else. It's not about having superpowers or being perfect. It's much simpler and much more powerful than that. Chosen ones are people who have made a choice. They've decided to look at life differently. They've chosen to focus on growing their spirits instead of just going through the motions. In other words, anyone can be a chosen one. It's not about who you are. It's about the choices you make every day. Think of it like this. Imagine two plants. One is in a small pot with not much sunlight. It grows a little, but then it stops. It's alive, but it's not thriving. The other plant is in a big pot with plenty of sunlight and care. It keeps growing, blooming, and reaching for the sky. Chosen ones are like that second plant. They've put themselves in a position to keep growing and blooming, no matter how many years go by. Here's an example to make it clearer. Let's say there are two people, both 60 years old. The first person thinks, "I'm too old to learn new things. My best days are behind me." They spend their days watching TV and complaining about how things used to be better. The second person thinks, "I wonder what new things I can learn today. What adventures can I have?" They take up new hobbies, make new friends, and look for ways to help others. That second person, they're a chosen one. They've chosen to keep their spirit young and growing. Being a chosen one isn't about being perfect. It's not about never feeling sad or tired. It's about how you respond to life. When things get tough, do you give up, or do you look for ways to learn and grow? When you face something new, do you shy away, or do you get excited about the challenge? Chosen ones choose growth, learning, and positivity, even when it's not easy. And here's the really amazing part. The more you make these choices, the easier they become. It's like exercising a muscle. At first, it might feel hard to always choose growth and positivity. But the more you do it, the stronger that muscle gets. Over time, it becomes natural. You start to automatically look for the good in situations, to see challenges as opportunities. That's when you know you're truly becoming a chosen one. Remember, this isn't about judgment. There's no test to pass or level to reach. Every day, every moment, you have the chance to choose. Choose to learn, to grow, to see the world with fresh eyes. That's what makes someone a chosen one. And the best part? You can start right now. As you're watching this video, you're already taking a step in that direction. You're choosing to learn and grow. That's the spirit of a chosen one. Now, let's talk about how chosen ones see aging. It's completely different from what most people think. In our world, we often see getting older as a bad thing. We worry about wrinkles, about slowing down, about being over the hill. But chosen ones? They've discovered a whole new way to look at aging, and it changes everything. In the spiritual view, your body might get older, but your spirit? It doesn't have to age at all. In fact, your spirit can keep growing, learning, and becoming more amazing year after year. It's like a fine wine that gets better with time, or a tree that grows taller and stronger with each passing season. Think about a little kid you know. Remember how they get excited about everything? How they're always asking questions, always wanting to learn more. That's the spirit of youth. Now, imagine keeping that excitement, that love of learning, all through your life. That's what chosen ones do. They keep their spirits young and growing, even as their bodies get older. Here's how it works. Your spirit, the real you inside, is ageless. It doesn't care if you're 5 or 95. It's always ready to learn, to love, to grow. But sometimes, we let our spirits get old. We stop being curious. We stop trying new things. We get stuck in routines and stop seeing the wonder in the world. That's spiritual aging, and it can happen to anyone at any age. Chosen ones have figured out how to avoid this spiritual aging. They know that every day is a chance to learn something new, to see the world in a fresh way. They don't let their age define what they can or can't do. Instead, they use their years of experience to dive even deeper into life, to understand more, to love more, to grow more. Here's a cool way to think about it. Imagine your life is like a book. Some people think that as they get older, they're getting to the end of their story. But chosen ones? They see every day as a new page, every year as a new chapter. They're always excited to see what comes next. They know that the best parts of their story might still be ahead. This way of thinking changes everything. When you stop seeing aging as something bad, when you start seeing your spirit as ageless, life becomes an adventure again. You stop worrying so much about getting older. Instead, you get excited about growing wiser, learning more, experiencing more. And here's the really amazing part. This spiritual youthfulness shines through. People who keep their spirits young often seem younger than their age. They have a spark in their eye, an energy about them that's magnetic. It's not about looking young on the outside. It's about feeling young on the inside. And that feeling spreads to everything you do. So, how do you start seeing aging this new way? It begins with a simple shift in thinking. Instead of focusing on what you might lose as you get older, start thinking about what you can gain. More wisdom, more experiences, more chances to love and learn. Every day, remind yourself that your spirit is ageless. It's always ready for new adventures, new insights, new growth. Remember, this isn't about denying reality. Our bodies do change as we get older, and that's okay. It's natural. But by keeping our spirits young, we can enjoy every stage of life to the fullest. We can bring the joy and wonder of youth to everything we do, no matter how many candles are on our birthday cake. Chosen ones know this secret. They know that true agelessness comes from within. And now, you know it too. As we go through the rest of this video, keep this new way of seeing aging in mind. It's the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about. It's the key to unlocking a life that stays vibrant, exciting, and full of growth, year after year after year. Now that we understand what it means to be a chosen one and how they see aging, let's talk about how you can tell if you're on the right track. There are clear signs that show you're growing spiritually instead of just getting older. When you start noticing these signs in your life, get excited. It means you're tapping into that ageless spirit we've been talking about. The first big sign is curiosity. Are you still interested in learning new things? Do you get excited about new ideas, new experiences, new ways of looking at the world? Chosen ones never lose their sense of wonder. They're always asking questions, always wanting to understand more. If you find yourself thinking, I wonder how that works, or I'd like to learn more about that, congratulations. Your spirit is staying young and vibrant. Here's an example. Maybe you see a new type of technology, like virtual reality. Instead of thinking, that's not for me, I'm too old for that stuff, you think, wow, that looks interesting. I wonder what it's like. That curiosity, that openness to new experiences, is a clear sign of spiritual growth. Another sign is flexibility in your thinking. Are you willing to change your mind when you learn new information? Can you see things from different points of view? As we get older, it's easy to get set in our ways. But chosen ones stay flexible. They know that the world is always changing, and they're ready to change with it. For instance, let's say you've always done something a certain way. Maybe you've always thought a particular food was bad for you. Then you read a new study that shows it might actually be good for you. How do you react? If you're willing to consider this new information, to maybe change your habits based on what you've learned, that's a great sign. It shows your mind is still open, still growing. A third sign is how you handle challenges. When something difficult happens, do you see it as a problem or an opportunity? Chosen ones have a knack for finding the silver lining. They know that every challenge is a chance to learn, to grow stronger, to become wiser. Let's say you lose your job. It's a tough situation, no doubt. But if you can think, okay, this is hard, but what can I learn from this? Maybe this is a chance to try something new. Then you're showing real spiritual growth. You're turning a setback into a stepping stone. One more important sign is how you connect with others. As we grow spiritually, we often find ourselves becoming more compassionate, more understanding of other people. We're less quick to judge and more ready to listen. If you find yourself becoming more patient with others, more interested in their stories and perspectives, that's a beautiful sign of spiritual growth. For example, maybe you used to get really annoyed with people who had different political views than you. But now, you find yourself curious about why they think the way they do. You're more interested in understanding than in arguing. That's a big sign that your spirit is growing and expanding. These signs might show up in small ways at first. Maybe you catch yourself being curious about something new, or you handle a small problem with unexpected grace. Don't ignore these moments. They're like little sprouts pushing up through the soil, showing that something beautiful is growing inside you. And here's an important thing to remember. These signs can show up at any age. You might be 25 or 85. It doesn't matter. What matters is that your spirit is active, engaged, and growing. That's what keeps you young on the inside, where it really counts. As you go through your days, start looking for these signs in your life. Celebrate them when you see them. They're proof that you're on the path of the chosen ones, that you're keeping your spirit young and vibrant. And if you're not seeing these signs as much as you'd like, don't worry. Remember, being a chosen one is about the choices you make. You can start cultivating these qualities right now, today. Every time you choose curiosity over indifference, flexibility over rigidity, growth over stagnation, you're choosing to be a chosen one. You're choosing to keep your spirit young and alive. And with each choice, you'll find it gets easier. You'll start to naturally approach life with that youthful, vibrant energy that marks the truly ageless among us. So keep your eyes open for these signs of spiritual growth. They're like little miracles happening in your life every day. They're reminders that no matter what your age, your spirit can always be young, always be growing, always be reaching for new heights. That's the secret of the chosen ones. And now it's your secret too. Now that we know what it means to be a chosen one and how to spot the signs of spiritual growth, let's talk about how you can join this amazing group. Remember, being a chosen one isn't about being special or different from everyone else. It's about making choices that keep your spirit young and growing. And the best part? You can start right now, no matter who you are or where you're at in life. The first step on this path is all about mindset. It's about choosing to see yourself as someone who's always growing, always learning. Start each day by telling yourself, today is a new chance to learn and grow. It might feel a bit silly at first, but stick with it. Over time, this simple thought can change how you see everything in your life. Here's an example of how this works. Let's say you're facing a tough task at work. Instead of thinking, I'm too old to learn this new system, or I can't handle this, try thinking, this is a chance for me to grow and learn something new. See the difference? You're turning a challenge into an opportunity. That's the chosen one mindset in action. The next step is to feed your curiosity. Remember how we talked about curiosity being a sign of spiritual growth? Well, it's also a tool you can use to keep growing. Make it a habit to learn something new every day. It doesn't have to be big. Maybe you learn a new word, or a fun fact about animals, or how something in your house works. The topic doesn't matter as much as the act of learning itself. For instance, you might decide to learn one new thing about your town every week. Maybe you discover a hidden park you never knew about, or learn about a piece of local history. This keeps your mind active and engaged, and it helps you see the world with fresh eyes. That's a key part of staying spiritually young. Another important step is to practice gratitude. This might sound simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Every day, take a moment to think about things you're thankful for. It could be big things, like your health or your family, or it could be small things, like a delicious cup of coffee or a beautiful sunset. When you focus on what's good in your life, you naturally feel more positive and energized. Here's a way to make this a habit. Every night before bed, think of 3 good things that happened that day. They don't have to be big. Maybe someone smiled at you, or you enjoyed a tasty meal, or you finished a task you've been putting off. By doing this, you're training your mind to look for the good in life. And when you're always looking for the good, you naturally feel younger and more alive. Now, let's talk about connection. Chosen ones know that staying connected to others is crucial for spiritual growth. Make an effort to really listen to people, to understand their perspectives. Try to make new friends, especially people who are different from you. Each person you meet has something to teach you, if you're open to learning. For example, you might join a club or a class about something you're interested in. Not only will you learn new skills, but you'll also meet people who share your interests. These connections can spark new ideas, new ways of thinking, and keep your spirit feeling young and engaged. Lastly, don't forget about your body. While being a chosen one is mostly about your spirit, taking care of your physical health is important too. Regular exercise, eating well, and getting enough sleep all help keep your energy up. And when you feel good physically, it's easier to stay positive and engaged mentally and spiritually. You don't have to run marathons or follow a strict diet. Small changes can make a big difference. Maybe you start taking a short walk every day, or you add more vegetables to your meals. Listen to your body and do what feels good for you. The goal is to feel energized and healthy, so you have the strength to keep growing and learning. Remember, becoming a chosen one is a journey, not a destination. It's about the choices you make every day. Some days will be easier than others, and that's okay. What matters is that you keep choosing growth, keep choosing to see the world with wonder and excitement. Every time you make that choice, you're strengthening your ageless spirit. And here's a secret: the more you practice these steps, the more natural they become. Over time, you'll find yourself automatically looking for the good in situations, eager to learn new things, open to connecting with others. That's when you know you're truly living as a chosen one, with a spirit that stays young no matter what your age. So start today. Choose to see yourself as someone who's always growing. Learn something new. Practice gratitude. Connect with others. Take care of your body. These simple steps can transform your life, keeping you spiritually young and vibrant for years to come. Welcome to the path of the chosen ones. Your journey to timeless living starts now. As we continue our journey into the world of the chosen ones, it's important to clear up some common misunderstandings about spiritual aging. These myths can hold people back from embracing their ageless spirit. By busting these myths, we can free ourselves to grow and thrive at any age. The first big myth is that spiritual growth has an expiration date. Some people believe that after a certain age, you can't change or grow anymore. They think, "I'm too old to learn new tricks," or "you can't teach an old dog new tricks." But this couldn't be further from the truth. Your spirit doesn't have an age limit. You can start growing, learning, and changing at any time in your life. Let's look at an example. There's a story of a woman who started learning to play the piano at 65. Her friends thought she was crazy. "Why start now?" they asked. But she loved it. By the time she was 80, she was giving small concerts for her community. She proved that it's never too late to learn something new, to grow in new ways. Another common myth is that wisdom automatically comes with age. People often think that just getting older makes you wiser. But chosen ones know that wisdom comes from experience and reflection, not just from the passing of time. You have to actively work on growing and learning to gain true wisdom. Think about it this way. Two people might both be 70 years old. One has spent their life stuck in the same routines, never questioning their beliefs or trying new things. The other has constantly sought out new experiences, reflected on their life, and worked on understanding others. Who do you think will be wiser? Age alone doesn't guarantee wisdom. It's what you do with your years that counts. A third myth is that spiritual growth is always peaceful and easy. Some people think that if they're really growing spiritually, they should feel happy and calm all the time. But that's not how it works. Real growth often comes from facing challenges and working through difficult times. For instance, you might face a tough situation, like losing a job or dealing with a health problem. It's not fun, and you might feel scared or angry. But if you approach it with a growth mindset, asking, "What can I learn from this?" you can come out of it stronger and wiser. Chosen ones know that both the good times and the hard times can help them grow. Here's another big myth, that physical aging and spiritual aging always go hand in hand. It's easy to think that as your body gets older, your spirit must age too. But that's not true at all. Your spirit can stay young and vibrant even if your body is changing. There are plenty of examples of this. Think of older people you know who seem to have a youthful energy about them. Maybe it's a grandparent who's always up for an adventure, or an older neighbor who's always learning new things. Their bodies might show their age, but their spirits are young and alive. That's what being a chosen one is all about. One more myth to bust: the idea that spiritual growth is a solo journey. Some people think that to grow spiritually, they need to separate themselves from others, maybe meditate alone on a mountaintop. But chosen ones know that connecting with others is a crucial part of spiritual growth. We learn from each other, we support each other, we grow together. For example, joining a book club or a community group can be a great way to grow spiritually. You get to hear different perspectives, share your own ideas, and learn from others' experiences. This kind of connection keeps your spirit engaged and growing. By busting these myths, we open ourselves up to new possibilities. We free ourselves from limitations that exist only in our minds. Remember, your spirit doesn't care about the number of candles on your birthday cake. It's always ready to learn, to grow, to experience life to the fullest. So, the next time you hear someone say, "I'm too old for that," or "you can't change at my age." Remember these mythbusters. Remind yourself that growth doesn't have an age limit, that wisdom comes from actively engaging with life, that challenges help us grow, that our spirits can stay young even as our bodies age, and that connecting with others keeps us spiritually young. Chosen ones understand these truths. They don't let myths or misconceptions hold them back. They know that every day is a new opportunity to grow, to learn, to become more fully themselves. And now you know it too. By letting go of these myths, you're taking another big step on the path of the chosen ones, the path of timeless living. Now that we've cleared away the myths that might hold us back, let's talk about something practical you can do every day to keep your spirit young and growing. This daily practice is simple, but powerful. It's something anyone can do, no matter their age or situation. And the best part? The more you do it, the easier and more natural it becomes. This practice is all about mindful living. It's about being fully present in each moment, open to what life has to teach you. It might sound complicated, but it's really just about paying attention in a special way. Let's break it down into simple steps you can follow every day. Step 1 is to start your day with intention. When you wake up, before you even get out of bed, take a deep breath and set an intention for the day. It could be something like, "Today, I choose to learn and grow," or "Today, I will look for the good in every situation." This sets the tone for your whole day, reminding you to approach life with the spirit of a chosen one. For example, let's say you choose the intention, "Today, I will be open to new ideas." As you go through your day, this intention will be in the back of your mind, gently guiding your actions and reactions. You might find yourself more willing to listen to a different point of view, or more eager to try a new approach to an old problem. The second step is to practice mindful awareness throughout your day. This means really paying attention to what's happening around you and inside you. Notice the colors, sounds, and smells around you. Pay attention to how you're feeling, both physically and emotionally. This awareness keeps you connected to the present moment, where all growth happens. Here's how this might look in practice. As you're walking to work or to the store, instead of getting lost in worries or plans, try to really notice your surroundings. Feel the air on your skin, hear the sounds around you, see the colors of the buildings or trees. This simple act of paying attention can make even familiar routines feel fresh and new. Step 3 is to embrace curiosity. Remember how we talked about curiosity being a sign of spiritual youth? Well, you can actively cultivate it. Make it a habit to ask questions, to wonder about things. When you come across something you don't understand, instead of dismissing it, get curious about it. This keeps your mind active and open to new learning. For instance, if you hear a word you don't know, look it up. If you see a plant you can't identify, try to find out what it is. If you don't understand why someone thinks differently from you on an issue, ask them about their perspective with genuine curiosity. Each of these small acts of curiosity helps keep your spirit young and growing. The fourth step in this daily practice is to reflect on your day. Before you go to bed, take a few minutes to think about your day. What did you learn? What challenges did you face, and how did you handle them? What are you grateful for? This reflection helps you process your experiences and extract the growth and learning from each day. You might want to keep a journal for this step. Writing down your reflections can help you see patterns over time and track your growth. It doesn't have to be long. Even a few sentences about what you learned or what you're grateful for can be powerful. Lastly, end your day by setting an intention for tomorrow. This creates a bridge from one day to the next, keeping you focused on growth and learning. Your intention for tomorrow might be the same as today's, or it might be something new based on what you experienced and learned. For example, if you had a challenging interaction with someone during the day, your intention for tomorrow might be, "I will practice patience and understanding in my interactions with others." This not only helps you learn from today's experiences, but it also sets you up for growth tomorrow. Now, here's the key to making this practice work: consistency. It might feel a bit awkward or forced at first, and that's okay. The important thing is to keep doing it every day. Over time, it will become second nature. You'll find yourself naturally being more aware, more curious, more reflective throughout your day. And as you continue this practice, you'll start to notice changes. You might find yourself feeling more alive, more engaged with the world around you. You might notice that you're handling challenges with more grace and wisdom. You might feel a sense of excitement about each new day and what it might bring. This is what it feels like to live as a chosen one, with a spirit that stays young and vibrant no matter what your age. This daily practice is your tool for cultivating that ageless spirit, for staying spiritually young even as the years pass. Remember, this practice is flexible. You can adapt it to fit your life and your needs. The important thing is to make it a regular part of your day, a way of living that keeps you growing, learning, and fully engaged with life. This is how you nurture your ageless spirit. This is how you live a timeless life. As you walk the path of a chosen one, keeping your spirit young and vibrant, you'll face challenges along the way. It's important to remember that these challenges aren't roadblocks. They're opportunities for growth. Let's talk about some common challenges you might face and how to overcome them. One of the biggest challenges is dealing with negative people. You might encounter folks who don't understand your new outlook on life. They might say things like, "You can't teach an old dog new tricks," or "act your age." These comments can be discouraging if you let them get to you. Here's how to handle this. First, remember that their words often say more about them than about you. Maybe they're afraid of change, or they've bought into the myths we talked about earlier. Instead of getting upset, see it as a chance to show them a different way of living. Your actions speak louder than words. As they see you growing, learning, and staying vibrant, you might just inspire them to do the same. For example, if someone says, "Aren't you too old to start learning a new language?" you could respond with, "I'm excited to challenge myself and keep my mind active. Want to learn some words with me?" Your enthusiasm might be contagious. Another challenge is dealing with setbacks. Maybe you try something new and it doesn't work out, or you face a health issue that slows you down. It's easy to feel discouraged and think, "Maybe I am too old for this." But chosen ones know that setbacks are just part of the journey. When you face a setback, take a deep breath and remind yourself that this is a chance to practice resilience. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Maybe you need to adjust your approach, or maybe you need to be more patient with yourself. Every setback is a chance to grow stronger and wiser. Let's say you're learning to paint, and your first few attempts don't turn out how you hoped. Instead of giving up, you could say, "Okay, this is harder than I thought, but that's okay. What can I learn from these first tries? How can I improve?" This attitude turns a disappointment into a stepping stone for growth. A third challenge is keeping up your momentum. At first, you might feel excited and energized by your new approach to life. But over time, it can be hard to maintain that energy. You might find yourself slipping back into old habits or losing your enthusiasm. The key to overcoming this challenge is to build a supportive routine. Remember the daily practice we talked about? That's a great foundation. Add to it by surrounding yourself with things that inspire you. Maybe you read books about people who've achieved great things later in life. Or you could join a group of like-minded people who are also committed to lifelong growth. For instance, you could start a growth club with friends where you meet regularly to share what you're learning and encourage each other. This not only keeps you accountable, but also adds a fun, social element to your journey. One more challenge to consider is fear. As you step out of your comfort zone and try new things, you might feel afraid. What if you fail? What if you look silly? This fear can hold you back if you let it. The best way to deal with fear is to face it head on. Remind yourself that feeling afraid is normal. It means you're growing. Then, take small steps. If you're afraid of public speaking, for example, start by speaking up more in small group settings. Gradually work your way up to bigger challenges. Remember, courage isn't the absence of fear. It's feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Each time you face a fear, you grow stronger and more confident. That's the spirit of a chosen one in action. As you face these challenges, always remember why you're on this journey. You're not just trying to stay young. You're unlocking a richer, more vibrant way of living. You're discovering the joy of continuous growth and learning. Keep that vision in mind and let it pull you forward through the tough times. Every challenge you overcome makes your spirit stronger and more resilient. Each setback you bounce back from proves that you're truly ageless inside. By facing these challenges with courage and wisdom, you're not just living as a chosen one, you're showing others what's possible when we refuse to let age define us. As you embrace the path of a chosen one, keeping your spirit young and vibrant, something amazing starts to happen. Your journey doesn't just change you, it starts to change the world around you. This is what we call the ripple effect, and it's one of the most powerful aspects of living as a chosen one. Think of it like throwing a pebble into a pond. The pebble makes a splash where it hits the water, but then the ripples spread out, touching everything in the pond. That's what happens when you live with an ageless spirit. Your energy, your enthusiasm, your way of seeing the world, it all spreads out and touches the lives of others. Let's look at how this works. First, you'll notice changes in your immediate circle, your family and close friends. As they see you embracing life with new energy, trying new things, and staying curious and engaged, they can't help but be affected. Your enthusiasm might inspire your spouse to take up a new hobby. Your willingness to learn might encourage your kids or grandkids to push themselves in school. For example, imagine you decide to learn how to use social media to connect with old friends. Your grandkids might be amazed to see you on Instagram, and it could open up new ways for you to bond with them. Your curiosity about their world shows them that learning is a lifelong journey. But the ripples don't stop there. As you interact with people in your community, your ageless spirit shines through. Maybe you volunteer at a local organization, bringing your energy and wisdom to help others. Your positive attitude and willingness to try new things can inspire people of all ages. Let's say you join a community garden project. You're excited to learn about plants, and you share that excitement with others. A younger person working alongside you might be inspired by your enthusiasm, realizing that passion for learning doesn't have an expiration date. An older person might be encouraged to try something new themselves, seeing how much joy it brings you. Your example can also challenge people's assumptions about aging. When others see you living vibrantly, constantly growing and learning, it makes them question their own beliefs about getting older. You become living proof that age is just a number, that our spirits can stay young no matter how many candles are on our birthday cake. For instance, if you take up painting in your 60s and end up having a showing at a local gallery, it sends a powerful message. People who see your art and hear your story might start to rethink their own limitations. They might ask themselves, if they can do that, what could I do? This ripple effect can even reach beyond your local community. In today's connected world, your story can inspire people you've never met. Maybe you start a blog about your journey of lifelong learning, and it reaches people across the country or even around the world. Your words could be the spark that ignites someone else's journey of growth. Think about it. Your decision to live as a chosen one, to keep your spirit young and growing, could start a chain reaction of positive change. Each person you inspire might go on to inspire others, creating a wave of people embracing their ageless spirits. But here's the really beautiful part. You don't have to try to create this ripple effect. It happens naturally when you live authentically as a chosen one. By focusing on your own growth, by nurturing your own ageless spirit, you automatically become an inspiration to others. Your joy, your energy, your willingness to embrace life fully. These things are contagious in the best possible way. So as you continue on your journey, remember that you're not just changing your own life. You're contributing to a larger change in how we think about aging, about growth, about what's possible in life. You're helping to create a world where more and more people understand that our spirits don't have to age, that we can keep growing and learning and living vibrantly at any age. This is the power of living as a chosen one. This is how you can change the world, one ripple at a time. By nurturing your own ageless spirit, you're lighting the way for others to do the same. And as more people embrace this way of living, imagine how much brighter and more vibrant our world could become. As we come to the end of our journey together, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've discovered. We've explored the secret of the chosen ones, those remarkable individuals who seem to defy aging not in their bodies, but in their spirits. We've learned that this isn't some magical gift given to a select few, but a choice that's available to each and every one of us. Remember, being a chosen one isn't about staying physically young forever. It's about keeping your spirit vibrant, curious, and growing, no matter what your age. It's about waking up each day excited to learn, to experience, to connect with others and the world around you. It's about seeing challenges as opportunities for growth and setbacks as chances to become stronger and wiser. We've busted myths that might have held you back, like the idea that you're ever too old to learn or change. We've explored practical steps you can take every day to nurture your ageless spirit, from setting intentions to practicing mindful awareness. We've talked about how to overcome challenges on this journey and how your choice to live as a chosen one can create positive ripples that change not just your life, but the lives of those around you. Now, it's your turn to take this knowledge and put it into action. Remember, this isn't a one-time decision, but a choice you make every day. Some days it might feel easy, and other days it might be a challenge. But each time you choose growth over stagnation, curiosity over indifference, hope over despair, you're strengthening your ageless spirit. Start small if you need to. Maybe today, you just set an intention to notice one new thing on your usual daily walk. Maybe tomorrow, you ask a question about something you've always wondered about. Each small action adds up, creating a life filled with growth and vibrancy. And as you walk this path, know that you're not alone. There are chosen ones all around us, people of all ages who have discovered the secret of keeping their spirits young. Look for them, connect with them, learn from them, and in turn, be an inspiration to others. Your journey might be the spark that ignites someone else's transformation. Remember, age is just a number. Your spirit, the essence of who you are, is timeless. It's always ready to learn, to grow, to experience life to the fullest. By choosing to live as a chosen one, you're honoring that ageless spirit within you. You're choosing a life of continual growth, of wonder, of rich experiences. So, are you ready to join the ranks of the chosen ones? Are you ready to embrace your ageless spirit and live a life that stays vibrant and meaningful year after year? The choice is yours, and you can make it right now. Your journey to timeless living starts today. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of the chosen ones and their secret to ageless living. May your spirit stay forever young, forever growing, forever embracing all that life has to offer. Here's to your timeless journey,